Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, or whatever time it may be. My name is Richard Lowe, and I am the owner of Richard Lowe Internet Strategies. This is a new company I've been developing over the last year, dealing with ads, AdWords, and online presence of your business. Mostly AdWords. I've built some websites and done a lot of the analytics and whatnot, so this is where I'm coming from. But today's message is all about, in my inaugural webcast, is all about the Na Pali Explorer and what I've done and what we've done over the last 160 days of an AdWord campaign. I'm also going to try to discuss with you some of the investment opportunities that are available through me for Na Pali Explorer. The numbers are really good, so hopefully you'll pay attention. So today's topic is, and we'll just kind of get right into some of the numbers. And some of the numbers are that this is the Google AdWord campaign. And what I mean by that is that we have, for the last 160 days, been spending about $50 a day, a little less at the beginning. We've got to build up to $50 a day. Got up to $60, $70 a day right in here. But anyhow, out of 160 days that we've been doing our AdWords campaign, we got 6,312 clicks. That's people who saw our ad, who typed in the word snorkel one way, looking for a snorkel trip or tour or something of that tour nature. Most of the draws have been from the Hawaiian Islands only. We did advertise in the mainland in the middle of summer, but and got some really nice results from it. But we pretty much, because of the monetary situation, we need people who are on the islands to buy the boat ticket tomorrow or the next day, not weeks from now. Anyhow, so these are the numbers. 6,312 clicks. Impressions, that's how many times Google showed our ad. So they showed it 3,572 times, 404. That really is a lot. So our branding and our name got out there a lot this year that never has in the past. Click-through rate is 0.18 of 1%. That number into that number, that's how many times people click through, which is actually really good. Our average cost per click, to get somebody who's looking for a snorkel trip to click onto our ad and go to our webpage, it costs us $1, $2. Out of all those, you can see it's 63, $2. Our cost is $6,408. Seems like a lot of money. But what is real important to know, and all these facts can be verified through bank transactions, and there's backup numbers on everything I have to say, so assume I'm correct, because I can and will and easily show you all the numbers in official documents. Anyhow, we spent $6,400, but the Na Pali Explorer sold $147,000 in tickets. Direct sales, no agents, no Travelocity. Those are direct sales through the website, people all on their own coming to Na Pali Explorer and buying a ticket. There is a little bit of goodwill there and some returnees, but not a lot. But the webpage still has to be there, they still have to find it, and we still have to keep them from going to a competitor. What I need everybody to know is that that's only 5%. We spent $6,400 and got $147,000 in sales. That's only 5%. It's actually less, but I'm rounding it up to 5%. So the mathematical calculation that we can make is that it takes 5% of a ticket price to make an advertising to get somebody to go to the website and buy that ticket. Those are really good numbers, 5%. So the next thing I'd like everybody to understand is that Na Pali Explorer only ran about I'd say about 30% occupancy. Captain Andy's, as Mary always said, all the competitors were filled every day. Every day they were filled. They kind of had a head start on us. They accept Travelocity, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, we're going to change that. And the way that we're going to change that is by spending more money in advertisement. Unfortunately, Na Pali Explorer is on a growth cycle, and they have debt, not a lot, a little, but and they don't really have time to manage these AdWords campaigns. Something I need everybody to know. AdWords campaign, Google Analytics, this whole online advertising, it's not easy. It is not easy, and it takes micromanagement to do this. And if you're not up on all the modern day internet tools and schooling and knowledge, it's really hard to do. That's why it took me 2 years to learn how to do all this stuff. I had a successful business, no longer do, but I understand business, I understand money, and I understand that you have to advertise. And what I want everybody to know, this is a tremendous opportunity to really make some decent returns on your investment. Real small investment, large returns. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for $2,000, just $2,000. I like to sell them in $100 increments. You can buy $100, you can buy $200, $300. But I like to keep it on rounded numbers, 1, 2, 3. So out of that $2,000, let's say you put in $500 today, and the cutoff's at $2,000. I can't take any more investors after that. We don't really need the number for that, but we can. We do have 4 or 5 other companies that are waiting in the line for this, and my initial fit investors will always be my #1 source for revenue. So let's say you put $500 in. What that does is that gives you, out of 200, you got $500 of the $200,000 are in there. So that's 25%. So you're going to get 25% of the return. So keep that number in effect. So 2,000 in the pot. You put 500 into it. That's 25%. If you put $100 into it, 100. That's 25, substantially less, $50. Anyhow, so what we're going to do here is kind of look at the numbers, and the numbers are that I'm trying to make it sound like it's not such a wild idea. If we spend $200 a day on AdWords and campaigning to get the Na Pali Explorer company fully loaded, that's $10,000 a day. Okay, of that $10,000 a day, that means that Na Pali Explorer gets 85% of that, and the co-op gets 15% of that. And the general rule is that when the money actually hits the bank and it's in the account, that's what it's going to be based on. Is they get 85% of the deposit, credit card through the website, and the co-op gets 15%. Now, of that 15%, we do know that it's going to take 5% in ads. It's going to take 2% for me to administer the program and do the website and AdWords and just everything. Sounds like a lot, but there's really a lot of work involved. And then the co-op's going to split 8%. This is all best case scenario. So if you get 8% of $10,000, everybody gets to split $800. Now, if you own 25%, then you get 25% of that $800, which is, see, 50% would be $400, $200. So you get $200 a day on your $500 investment. What I need for you to really understand is that's per day. Because tomorrow we're going to sell another $10,000, and the day after that we're going to sell another $10,000. The day after that we're going to sell another $10,000. So your annual percentage rate, I don't know, what is that? Like 1,600% return? Plus you still got money if you leave it in. That's if you take all your money out, blah, 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 blah. And really, the number's pretty outrageous when you start thinking about it. So let's kind of review something a little bit. They need $2,000 for 10 days. Keep in mind that everything's credit cards. So somebody sees the ad, they buy it, they purchase it, and the money goes right back into the bank. So there's no lending anybody money. Richard Lowe Internet Strategies will not lend people money. We will make you successful whether you like it or not through AdWords campaigns. And the money comes right back to us and right back to the investors. So what I want everybody to understand is that your money's it's pretty limited amount of money. I mean, you can just put $100 in if you want. You're going to receive a substantial return on your income. Best case scenario, 8%. That's $800, $8 a day for 8%. 356. What was that? 5,400% interest return. I don't even know. I can get Mr. Calculator out. But anyhow, that's what's going to happen here. I'm looking for 20 $100 investments. We buy AdWords. The clicks go through. The money goes through the website. It goes into a separate account. It's not the general account of Na Pali Explorer that could use it for paying debt. Each time there's a deposit, Na Pali Explorer gets 85% and we get 15% of the deposit. So we're kind of going to split the fees a little bit too. So there'll be some fees, bank fees, credit fees, 2%, this, that, and the other thing. Na Pali Explorer, what they've done too is they've raised their prices $20 a ticket to be more competitive. We were leaving $20 to $50 a ticket on the table because our competitors were much more expensive than we were. We no longer are. And also we have a new program for the wintertime, which we never had before, of $85 scenic tickets. That's a whale watching. Here in Southern California, where I'm based out of, it's really a big deal. We get a migration of the gray whales. All fishing boats turn into whale watching boats for the next 3 or 4 months, and they're packed every single day. It makes the news, everything. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I like to really just kind of for you to think about. Really, I put $100 up, and I make $8 a day. I can take the money out anytime I want. Everything's translucent. You want to put your investment back? Boom, you got it back. You want to leave it, let it ride? Let it ride. Anything you want to do. Translucency. You get to see the AdWords. You get to see the web page. You get to see everything. Let's see how this works out. Thank you. Thank you very much. Boink. And boink.